welcome again to another episode of the Recap Weekend with Mercy James H.N.M. I am the host of the Monday Morning Rant podcast. If you've not heard about my podcast, you are hearing now, please click the link on the post and go check it out. The Recap Weekend is sort of a summary video for the discussion that happened on Monday. So that you can get the full picture of what I'm going to be talking about, please click that link and go listen to the podcast episode for the week. So this week I'm talking about the trials of a preacher's kid. Many of you that know pastors' children will now know where the shoe they pinch, and a lot of Christians come from a judgmental point of view towards pastors' children. So this week and next week I'm going to be talking to you so you can relate, and I'm going to be breaking this discussion into sections. First, we'll be talking about the myths that many church people have towards pastors' children. And secondly, we'll be talking about double standards that are practiced by most Christians towards preachers' kids. And lastly, I will be talking about the actual trials of a preacher's kid and how you as a churchgoer make it worse. First myth I'm going to be talking about is the idea that all pastors' children turn out bad. Are you serious? You mean because if we arrange 10 preachers' children, we'll see 8 of them that are still in the faith, that are still in ministry sort of, or still hold God to a very high esteem. And pardon me if I think even the 2 that has gone rogue is because of something you did as a churchgoer. Yes, the frustration that comes from being a pastor's child and how the pressure makes it so that nobody understands where you are coming from. Once you see somebody misbehaving and you hear, it's a pastor's child. That's how pastors' children used to behave. All pastors' children. Now so then they do. Then they always turn out bad. That's not true. Out of 10 pastors' children, 8 of them are still in the faith and actively serving God with fear and with love. Yes. The second thing is the idea that all pastors' children have to end up as ministers. So as a pastor's child doing something else, maybe in tech or in something different that many people don't take spiritual, you're like, is his father not a pastor? Why is he not a pastor too? A preacher's child does not have to be a preacher. And the moment you begin to realize that wherever you find yourself as a believer, in your career, in your neighborhood, is ministry, then we'll begin to understand that not everybody has to hold the microphone to be in ministry, right? So pastors' children don't have to be ministers. We see many people that have pressured pastors' children, even their own parents have pressured them into going ministry line when they wanted something different or when they felt God was leading them to something different. So it is okay to be a tech bro as a pastor's child. It's okay to be a footballer. It's okay to be a fashion person. It's okay to be a model. There are many things that are not spiritual that is still fine to go into as a pastor's child. Not all pastors' children have to end up as preachers. Now to the double standard part. This one, they always pay me. The fact that most Christians hold pastors' children to a higher esteem than you hold even your own children. Yes, it's something I've experienced as a person. You see an issue happen in the church, having a fight with another person's child, and at the end of the day, even if that person's child was the one at fault, you as the pastor's child gets the blame for not being well behaved. The sermon I heard is the same sermon your child heard. So if it's changing my life, it should change your child's life as well. My father know they come back house, come preach the sermon where he preach on Sunday for house. So what I heard is what your child heard. So if your child is misbehaving and maybe you think I'm misbehaving as well, correct both of us. If you are in the habit of correcting, you see a pastor's child and maybe another neutral child having issues, you call the pastor's child, why are you doing this? Is your father not a pastor? Please call the other child too. Is your father not a believer? Is your name not Emmanuel? Why are you misbehaving? Some of you even have cousins, you have siblings that are in full misbehavior, but you look past those and you use your nose to sniff for the closest pastor's child you can find to correct and tell them, oh, this thing you're doing is not reflecting well on your father. Well, your cousins and your friends that are misbehaving too, it's not reflecting well on their parents. So as they correct pastor pikin, please correct your own pikin too. Correct your family members that are misbehaving as well. It is double standards. Pastors' children are not angels. They are humans like me and you. So why do we have to pressure them and make them feel like they have to be perfect by force? Hold your children and your family members to the same high standards you hold a pastor's child to. It can be frustrating. The pressure can be deafening. It can be annoying sometimes. And I strongly believe sometimes that pressure is what pushes some pastors' children to become, well, I don't care no more. So do differently, right? Next week, we're going to be talking about the actual trials of a preacher's kid and how you make it worse. I'll see you again next week on another episode of the Recap Weekend. Bye! Toodles!